Right. Good morning and join everyone. In the previous class,
Morning, sir.
everyone please unmute your video. Everyone needs to unmute your video. I want to see. Right. Right. So previously, I've just started. You can say in the post-independence era, 1947, and after that, the election being conducted in the previous chapters. Already you read about the elections being conducted in the post-independent era and what was the result of the elections. Right. So this chapter which you are talking about challenges and restorations, both the thing of the Congress system. And already I explained yesterday why it's known as Congress system. It's not a Congress party, it's a system. You can say any of the political organizations, it's a giant political organizations, it's run with a system, with basic principle, with basic constitutions. That's why it's otherwise known as Congress system. So initially the Congress, the party itself having its a huge legacy. They got each and everything in terms of the legacy because this is the organization which fought the freedom struggle, right? So कहीं ना कहीं उनको ये benefit always था because they got most of the things in legacy. Even today also in the present era, after 75 years of the Indian independence, today still Congress they try to live with their own old legacy. The legacy before 1947, old not, it's not old legacy, you can say the legacy before 1947. आज भी कांग्रेस 1947 से पहले क्या किए थे, क्या हुआ था, उसी उसी से जीने की कोशिश करता है because they are having a very rich legacy in terms of Indian national struggle. Even if in the first 2 or 3 decades, you can say the prime ministers like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, then went to Shastriji, then went to Indira Gandhi. These are all legendary, you can say, prime ministers. All are legendary prime ministers, and they contribute a lot towards the growth of the country. So still, the party itself, you can say, today also they try to live in those legacy. Right. Already I told you the Lal Bahadur Shastri, just after the death of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, immediately Lal Bahadur Shastri took over, and he was several challenges to face. You can say the challenge in terms of the external aggressions, the challenge internal problems like you can say the failure of crops. That's the only reason he gave the slogan Jai Jawan and Jai Jawan Jai Kishan. Right. Lal Bahadur Shastri, he was a very benevolent leader, very veteran political leaders with principled person, very principled, you can say. Unfortunately, he was not able to continue for a longer period of time. And with a suspicious, uh, he died, and still the death itself is a mystery. Lal Bahadur Shastri, born in the year 1904, died in 1966, right? Only in 62 years of age. The Prime Minister of India participated in the freedom movement since 1930. Ministers in UP cabinet, General Secretary of Congress, ministers in Union cabinet from 1951 to 1956. And when he resigned, taking the responsibility, already I told you, taking the responsibility of the railway accident, and later from 1957 to 1964. And he has given the famous slogan, Jai Jawan Jai Kisan. This is all about Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. So after the death of the Lal Bahadur Shastri, immediately the Congress they have to decide that who will be the next prime minister or who will be the next leader who is going to lead the country. It means within 2 years they have to change three prime ministers. They have seen three prime ministers. Nehruji, immediately Shastriji. After 2 years, again a new prime minister they are supposed to give to the country, right? And that was Indira Gandhi. So the Congress faced a challenge of the political succession for the second time in 2 years. This time there was an intense competition between, at that time, one of the veteran political leaders, even at the time of Shastriji also, this gentleman was there, Morarji Desai, right? Morarji Desai was there, and he was a strong contender for the post of the prime minister, even at the time of the Shastriji also. But Shastriji के सामने जो भी हुआ, and it was overwhelmingly, you can say unanimously, all the Congress members they have decided to go with Shastriji. But now again the question arises. कि व्हाट नेक्स्ट, जब उस टाइम शास्त्री जी के सामने मोरारजी देसाई को नहीं दिया गया तो अब मोरारजी देसाई को चांस दी जाए। सो मोरारजी देसाई एंड इंदिरा गांधी। इंदिरा गांधी का आइडेंटिटी क्या था? इंदिरा गांधी का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट आइडेंटिटी था द डॉटर ऑफ पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू। बाकी तो कांग्रेस में अगर देखेंगे, व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि इंदिरा गांधी डिडंट हैव द आइडेंटिटी एंड नहीं कुछ की। ही डिड ए लॉट एज एन इंडिविजुअल, सो ही डिड ए लॉट, लेकिन अगर उस टाइम के जो भी लीडर्स थे उनके कंपैरिजन में देखेंगे तो नथिंग एल्स, राइट। सो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट उनके लिए उनका जो आइडेंटिटी था, a young leader and a daughter of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. That was a very strong identity, you can say. Morarji Desai had earlier served as the chief minister in Bombay, that was present Maharashtra, and also as a minister at the center for several times. He has a wide experience in Indian political system, in the government, and also a freedom fighter, right? On the other hand, Indira Gandhi, the daughter of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, this being very categorically being this particular thing being written. Indira Gandhi, the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, had been Congress president in the past and had also been the union ministers of information in Shastri cabinet. This time, the senior leaders in the party decided. At that time, the senior leader K. Kamaraj, you can say, and the then president of Indian National Congress, he decided to go with Shastriji. Now, the senior leaders, you can say, veteran senior leaders, and I'll tell you why I use these veteran senior leaders. The veteran senior leaders, you can say, decided to go with Indira Gandhi, but it was not unanimous. At the time of Shastriji, it was unanimous. Unanimously, मतलब सभी का सर्वसम्मति से. But this particular time, it was not unanimously being elected. So some veteran political leaders, those who are having very good foothold in Indian National Congress, they decided to go with Indira Gandhi, not with Morarji Desai. Right? The contest was ultimately, you can say, elections hota hai. The contest was resolved through a secret ballot among Congress MPs. Indira Gandhi defeated Morarji Desai by securing more than 2/3 votes in her parties. And it's very, it shows that, you can say, कि within a period of 20 years इंडियन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम कितना मैच्योर हो चुका था कि एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इलेक्ट करने के लिए हम लोग पार्टी में बकायदा बैलेट पेपर से वोटिंग करते हैं एंड जो जीतता है उसी को हम प्राइम मिनिस्टर ही बनाते हैं. तो दिस इज व्हाट दिस शोज द मैच्योरिटी ऑफ द इंडियन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम एंड वेरी पीसफुल ट्रांजैक्शंस टुक प्लेस. इंदिरा गांधी बिकम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. It took some time before the new prime ministers could settle down. Indira Gandhi politically active for a long time. See, why I told that the veteran political leader, though अगर मोरारजी देसाई के सामने देखेंगे तो इंदिरा गांधी इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं थे जितना मोरारजी देसाई जी एक्सपीरियंस थे. But why Indira Gandhi is being taken? Because जो veteran political leader थे कांग्रेस के, they are the king makers. They don't want to become the king, और king बन भी नहीं सकते. हर कोई king नहीं बन सकता है. किंग मेकर ही होना होता है. They are the king makers. किंग मेकर्स ऑलवेज चाहता है कि उनका जो लीडर हो या प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो वो थोड़ा वीक हो, फोर फ्रंट में वो रहे और पीछे चलाने वाले कोई दूसरा हो. सो जो वेटरन पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स थे इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस के, देयर थॉट प्रोसेस वाज वेरी सिंपल. इंदिरा गांधी, बिकॉज शी वाज वेरी इनएक्सपीरियंस इन द गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम, यू कैन से, तो उनको प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाया जाए और उसका फायदा बाकी जो वेटरन लीडर्स हैं लीडर उठाएंगे. वो जो बोलेंगे, शी विल बी अ पपेट प्राइम मिनिस्टर, ये जो बोलेंगे वो करेगी. दैट वाज द थॉट प्रोसेस. Like, I should not quote this, but it happens with Congress. They have got this also in legacy. It happens with the Congress with Dr. Manmohan Singh. Though he was very intelligent and renowned, you can say, economics at that time, but उनको prime minister बना के background से जो चला जाता था वो होता था. It took some time before the new prime ministers could settle down, while Indira Gandhi had been politically active for a long time. It's not like that the Indira Gandhi didn't have experience. Even right from the freedom struggle, you can say, at that time also she was very actively participating. The senior Congress leaders may supported Indira Gandhi in the brief belief that her administrative and political inexperience would compel her to be dependent on them for support and guidance. Right? Within a year of becoming prime minister, Indira Gandhi had to lead the party in the Lok Sabha election. बट जो इनका जो प्लान था, जो वेटरन पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स का प्लान था, क्योंकि ये इनएक्सपीरियंस हैं तो इनकॉम्पिटेंट होंगी और उनके सपोर्ट लेंगी, वो हुआ नहीं, राइट. Might be she was not the ministers for a long period of time, but she was a very active political leader for a long period of time. That's why she knew it how to manage the things and see so many qualities and the things which also comes while you keep on working. It's not necessary that I will hold that post, right? And this is what the personal traits also, personal quality भी हमारा होता है, right? She set out to gain control over the party and demonstrate her leadership skill because immediately उनको election भी लड़ना था. 1967 में उनको election भी होना था. And election किसके leadership में लड़ना था? इंदिरा गांधी के leadership में लड़ना था. And she proved herself with her skills and all these things that yes, she is capable enough to control not only the political party but also the government. The Prime Minister of India from she was the Prime Minister of India from 1966 to 77, quite a few years, around 11 to 12 years. In 1980 to 84, daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, participated in the freedom struggle as a young Congress worker, Congress President in 1958, Ministers in Shastri Cabinet 1964-66, led the Congress Party to victory in the election 1967, 71 and 80 thrice. Credited with the slogan Garibi Hatao, victory in 1971, war and policy of initiative like abolitionist review course. So Indira Gandhi played a very important role, you can say, in terms of restoration of the Congress systems. I'm not talking about the challenges of the Congress system. In the process of the restoration of the Congress system, he played very important role, right? Because even the Congress, the veteran leaders, they're also not knowing while choosing Indira Gandhi as the next Prime Minister that she will be so successful. And her, with her, you can say, leading quality or leadership quality, that the Congress, and not only the Congress, the government, the Indian government can go much ahead. Fourth general elections being conducted under the leadership of Indira Gandhi ji. The year 1967 is considered a landmark year in the Indian political and the electoral history because that's the elections being conducted, and elections being conducted without Nehru. That was very important because prior to whatever the elections being conducted, that was with Nehru. So Congress with Nehru and Congress without Nehru, it makes lots of differences. So lots of apprehensions were there. Apart from that, during the time of the Nehru, there was no disputes, no internal problems in Congress, but gradually it started. Like जब शास्त्री जी को लाएगा तब भी थोड़ा बहुत कुछ हुआ था. जब इंदिरा गांधी को लाएगा 1967-66 में तब भी कुछ ना कुछ हुआ. Right? Even Morarji Desai left the party. So problems तब तक शुरू हो चुके थे. So पहले बार कांग्रेस इलेक्शंस लड़ रहा था without Nehru and with problems लड़ रहे थे हम लोग. तब क्या? In the year leading up the fourth general elections, the Congress witnessed major change. Two prime ministers had died in quick succession, and the new prime minister, who was being seen as a succession, political novice, has been in office for less than a year. And Indira Gandhi जब वो elections में आती हैं तो उनको prime minister बन के 1 साल भी नहीं हुआ होता है. So again it's a challenge. हम जब prime minister बन के 1 साल 2 साल हो गया होता तो हम consolidated कर लेते हैं, हमारे पोजीशन को सेट कर लेते हैं, and we are ready for the elections. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं हो पाया था. Apart from that, a few other problems that already the country was facing: the failure of monsoon, not only you can say in a year, successive failure of monsoon, widespread drought, decline in agriculture production, severe food shortage, depletion of foreign exchange reserve, drop in industrial production and exports, combined with a sharp rise in military expenditures, diversion of resources from planning and economic development. Many problems now that this particular government they have to face at the time of the election also, and the post-election also they are supposed to face. So one of the first decision of Indira Gandhi government was to devaluate the Indian rupees under what was seen to be pressure from US. Earlier $1 could be purchased for less than 5. After devaluation, its cost was more than 7. So money devaluations कर दिया गया. So आपका जो purchasing power automatically बढ़े, right? The economic situation triggered of the price rise. इन्फ्लेशन होना शुरू हो जाता है, प्राइस राइज होना शुरू हुआ. People started protesting against the increase of the prices of the essential commodities. There was huge food scarcity. Food scarcity होने का बेसिक रीजन ये था कि successive failure of monsoon and drought, growing unemployment. जब ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स एग्रीवेटेड होंगे तो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ना शुरू होगा, and the overall economic conditions in the country was deepening day by day. Burns and hartals were called frequently across the country. The government saw the protest as a law and order problem and not as expressions of the people's problem. जब हड़ताल हो रहा है, स्ट्राइक्स हो रहा है, चारों तरफ हो रहा है, तो सरकार को लगा कि ये तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम है, इन लोग को अंदर भर दो, जेल में डाल दी जाए. लेकिन सरकार को उस टाइम ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि नहीं, दिस इज नॉट ए लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम, दिस इज व्हाट द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द पीपल. They are facing lots of problems in their own life. It means this is the expressions of the people. This is the opinion of the people. This further increased the public bitterness and reinforcement public unrest. जहां सरकार फेल हो जाता है लोगों का मेंटालिटी को समझने में, लोगों को समझने में, then it's become very difficult for them. हमें लोगों का एक्सप्रेशंस को समझना बहुत सख्त जरूरत है. In a democracy, if hartal and all those things being conducted, तो लोगों को ये समझना होगा कि why these things, is this because of the, is this a law and order problem or this is an expressions of democracy. The Communist and the Socialist Party launched struggle for the greater equality, which we'll read in the later period of time, right? And this period also witnessed some of the worst Hindu-Muslim rights since independence. This is the time we can say in 1967 Rajasthan में election होता है. This story about 1967 assembly elections in the Chombu constituency, the main parties in the fray was the Congress and the Swatantrata Party. But the village, there was this one of these you can see case studies being given in the book. But the village, the Vasir has its own local political dynamics, and it got mixed up with the competition between the two parties. Sher Singh traditionally dominated village politics, but gradually his nephew Bhim Singh was emerging as one of the more popular leaders and rival. Though both were Rajputs, Bhim Singh cultivated the support of many of the non-Rajputs in the village by attending to their requirements after becoming the Panchayat Pradhan. So he struck a new equations, the alliance of Rajputs and non-Rajputs. See how you can say the system of the electoral process in India changed over the year. Initially कुछ caste, religion किसी से बेस करके politics नहीं होता था, but gradually कास्ट, रिलीजन एंड बाकी सब कम्युनिटी को बेस करते हुए पॉलिटिकल पार्टी भी बनना शुरू हो गया एंड पॉलिटिक्स भी शुरू हो जाता है. He proved to be more adept in building alliances across the village by supporting candidates in other village for the post of village pradhan. In fact, he took an initiative and took a delegations to the state chief ministers and Congress leader Mohanlal for pressing the name of one of his friend from a nearby village as Congress candidate in the assembly election. When Sukhdev convinced him for some of other men, Bhim Singh in turn convinced many others, and they should work for the party candidate. Bhim Singh knew that if the party candidate won from this constituency, that candidate would become a minister, and thus he would have direct contacts with ministers of the first time. Sher Singh had no option but to work for Swatantrata candidates, who was a Jagirdar. He kept telling people that the Jagirdar would help build a village school and use his resources for the development of the locality. At least the Vasir village, the assembly elections had turned into a fractional fight between uncle and nephew. And this is why this particular case study is being given. You can see even today also you can find out now. In Indian political system, more or less you can find out even in a particular family, wife and husband, they fought elections with a different political party. Father and son can fight elections with a different political party and with different dimensions. This is what exactly the democratic system. because my ideology, suppose, is not matching with the ideology of my father, not necessary that I will stay with the political party what father belongs to. I may change my political organization, political party, right? Non-congressism. This is the last topic we'll be dealing today. Right. This situation could not have remained isolated from the party politics in the country. Opposition party were in the forefront of organizing public protest and pressurizing the government. Party opposed to the Congress realized that the division of their votes kept the Congress in power. Thus, parties that were entirely different and desperate in their programs and ideology got together to form anti-Congress front. This is very true. If a major political organization or party was there, a big party was, giant political party was there, उसको अगर हराना है तो जो छोटे छोटे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हैं जो अपोजिशन से अपोजिशन को एक साथ आना होगा. Until unless the oppositions come together, you cannot fight with a big political party. So now all the opposition is they're trying to come together. Like today, you might have find out the situation is almost similar what the situation was there in 1967. Today, in order to fight against BJP, all those oppositions across the country, they are trying to come together and महागठबंधन बना के बीजेपी के अगेंस्ट में लड़ रहे हैं. So that was the similar situation in 1967. कांग्रेस के अगेंस्ट में जितना भी छोटे मोटे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी थे सब एक साथ आके अलायंसेस बना के कांग्रेस से लड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. So this is what the history, how the history changed. You can see 1967 ऐसा समय था सब मिल के कांग्रेस के साथ लड़ रहे हैं, अगेंस्ट में लड़ रहे थे. आज एक ऐसा समय है वही कांग्रेस बाकियों के साथ आके बीजेपी के साथ लड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है. So this is what the history. इसलिए कभी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज अगर कुछ बोलते हैं, जैसे आज राहुल जी बोलते हैं कि ये प्रोटेस्ट करते हैं हम लोग जेएनयू में, यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट होता है, तो बीजेपी बोलता है तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? तो दिस इज नॉट द लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम, ये लोगों का बातें हैं, सरकार को सुनना होगा. ये सिचुएशन तो इंदिरा गांधी के समय में भी था, 1967 में भी ये सिचुएशन था जब स्ट्राइक हड़ताल हुआ और हजारों लाखों लोगों को जेल में डाल दिया गया, तो तभी सरकार ये बोला कि ये तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम है. दिस इज नॉट द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द पीपल. सो दिस इज व्हाट द पॉलिटिक्स एंड दिस इज व्हाट द हिस्ट्री. हिस्ट्री रिपीट इटसेल्फ. हम हिस्ट्री से ही तो सीखते हैं कैसे था सिचुएशन और क्या हुआ, और इनसे सब सीखा हुआ है. Anti-Congress front in some states, they enter into the electoral adjustment of sharing the seat and others. They felt that the inexperience of Indira Gandhi and the internal fractionism within the Congress provided them an opportunity to topple the Congress. The socialist leader Ram Manohar Lohia, you might know his name. Ram Manohar Lohia gave the strategy of non-Congressism. मतलब जितना भी other than the Congress party, let's come together and fight. He also produced a theoretical argument in its defense. Congress rule was undemocratic and opposed to the interest of the ordinary people. Therefore, the coming together of the non-Congress party was necessary for reclaiming democracy for the people. Right? And उसके बाद assembly election होता है. Congress got majority in most of the states. But yes, majority in the central government will be we'll discuss in the next class. If you can see page number 89, this picture shows the intention of the people, and the non-congressism were successful or failed. If you can see this map of India, you could find out Congress got majority only in a few states. आज भी वही लगभग वही स्टेट से उनके पास बच गया है. जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, एंटायर नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स ऑलमोस्ट, मध्य प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात, आंध्र प्रदेश, मैसूर. These are the only states left with Congress in assembly election. I'm talking about the assembly elections region. I'm not talking about, you can say, the parliamentary elections region. Parliamentary election में तो इंदिरा गांधी का अच्छा मेजोरिटी मिला ही था. पंजाब, दिल्ली, उत्तर प्रदेश, राजस्थान, बिहार, ओडिशा, वेस्ट बंगाल, राइट, तमिलनाडु, केरला, गोवा, इस सब जगह पे नॉन कांग्रेस आ गए. And it's a major blow to the Congress system. And since then, Congress will keep fighting for its own survival. Right? That's all about today. The next class will go for electoral verdicts and what next. Thank you. Take care.